Hello, my friend, and welcome back. Today, I would like to talk about kindness and how kindness in different aspects of our lives. So, we're all familiar with kindness. We know that it's the right thing to do. It's the nice thing to do. But here's why kindness is so important. Since we, at a very deep level, we are all one. And because of that, because we are all one energy, what we do to someone else is technically what we do to ourselves. If you have heard the saying or someone say that life is a game of boomerangs, this is what they're referring to. That when, you're throwing the boomerang, you're putting out an action, any action, good, bad, indifferent, that because at a deep level we are all one, that energy comes right back to you. That's kind of how the universe works, one of the universal laws. So you have to watch what kind of boomerangs you're putting out there, because you have to fully know and understand that they are coming right back to you. And that is also why doing something nice or good feels good, and doing something bad doesn't feel great. And I'm not talking about bad like sneaking an extra cookie or something like that, because sometimes breaking those rules can feel kind of good, because the universe doesn't abide by man-made rules of right and wrong. So that is why sometimes breaking a rule can actually feel good. It's because it's not a universal rule. So going back to kindness, is not only is, and I've spoke about this before, not only is the energy you put out the energy you get back, in a boomerang sense. So, doing an act of kindness for someone else is actually doing an act of kindness for yourself. And you might not be able, it's not a tit for tat. It's not a, I held a door for someone, so therefore the next time I need it, someone should be holding the door for me. It's not a tit for tat. It is, it's part of trust and faith, and just knowing, some universal truths that whatever you put out there is going to come back to you in some way, shape, or form. So when you do something kind, not only are you doing it for yourself because, life is a game of boomerangs and everything comes right back to you, you should also be knowing that you're putting out a ripple. You're having a domino effect. So, let's take the door example. If you hold the door for someone else, they might be more inclined to pass that kindness on again and again and again and again. And it goes from one person to the other. It's very, very contagious. So when you smile at someone and it brightens their day, and then they might be more likely to smile at someone else, or they might be more likely... I'm sorry, I'm running out of storage, so I have to keep this quick. So my point is that kindness puts out, not only is a boomerang for something that comes back to you, but it also is a ripple that you put out into the universe. And we want to be putting out those light ripples, those nice ripples, those kindness ripples. And kindness is something that you can do very easily. It's free. It makes you feel good. It puts good energy out there that will come back to you. So don't skimp on the kindness. And it can be as small as holding a door for someone, as big as maybe donating your time to charity or money to, any sort of like service or any sort of kindness that fits into your life that you feel called to do. I would definitely encourage you to do that. And I just want to touch on one more thing before we go. Another thing, and this kind of like opens a box, but since we're on the subject of kindness, let's talk about kindness to yourself. Possibly the most important kindness, because if you cannot show kindness to yourself, it is going to be hard for you to show kindness to others. So if you're having a hard time maybe wanting to show kindness or getting into that good feeling after you show kindness, I would encourage you to show kindness to yourself. It's probably because you're not being very kind to yourself. And if you can't be very kind to yourself, it's very, very, very hard for you to be kind to others. So a great way, I think, is to tell yourself that you love you. Say, I love you. Every time you walk into the mirror, I want you to whisper, I love you. And if you want to say it louder, say it louder. And if you want to say it in your head, say it in your head. But every time you catch your reflection in a mirror, in a puddle, in anything, in a window, if you're having a hard time showing kindness to yourself, I want you to start there and I want you to say, I love you. And the more, sometimes you might need a little more conviction, I love you. Okay? And I just want you to try it. It's like simple and it seems silly, but it is really, really effective. You can also show kindness to yourself by showing forgiveness. What a really good tool and practice for showing kindness and forgiving myself is the I'm going to say this wrong, the Ho'oponopono, the Hawaiian prayer. I'm sorry. This is what it is. It's, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And you can change up the order. But every time I think about something like cringe that I did, I say this to myself. And if you need either forgiveness from yourself or from others in that moment, you can speak to either them or you can speak to yourself and you say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And it really, really helps to clear those past energies, and it really, really helps in showing kindness to yourself, because it's hard to be kind and loving to yourself when you're cringing about things that you've done in the past every time you go to do that. It kind of weighs in on your like worthiness to show kindness to yourself. And never forget, you are whole, complete, worthy, and enough always, in every single moment, no matter what you did. Your actions do not affect your worthiness, okay? Or your thoughts or your feelings. You can work on those things. We are ever evolving. That is where your fulfillment comes from, is from evolving. But never forget that you are whole, worthy, and complete just as you are in this moment. So that is our message for today, my friend. My name is Anne. I hope you enjoyed it. If you love this video and it brought you some sort of value, which I hope it did, I would love for you to maybe subscribe to my channel and give a little thumbs up. And I will see you next time, my friend.